The air was bitterly cold, a sharp 15 degrees Celsius chill biting through every layer of clothing. The ground was slick with thin ice, and in the distance, a small puppy darted across the frozen lake, her paws scrambling over the uneven surface. It was a game to her, chasing after the wind, her little tail wagging, but her excitement quickly turned to panic when she felt the ice crack beneath her. Before she could react, the ice gave way entirely, and with a single, sharp yelp, she plunged into the freezing water below. The cold hit her like 1,000 needles. She sank, flailing in desperation, the freezing water closing around her like a vice. She gasped, struggling to keep her head above the surface, but the cold quickly stole her strength. She tried to paddle, but the ice was too thick, and her little body was numb, her limbs growing heavier with every second she cried out, her heart racing, the desperation in her voice sharp. But there was no one, just the hollow sound of wind against the frozen landscape, no human to hear her calls. Minutes passed, but it felt like an eternity. Her small body, already exhausted, began to go still, sinking deeper into the icy grasp of the water, and then, just as her eyes closed and she gave in to the cold, a shadow appeared. A man, his face pale from the cold, had heard the faint cries. He raced to the edge of the hole, his heart in his throat. Without hesitation, he plunged his hands into the water, reaching for the puppy, pulling her up with all his strength, his fingers numb from the icy touch. The puppy was limp in his arms, her tiny body shivering uncontrollably, her breath ragged. The man cradled her gently, his voice a soft, urgent whisper. "You're going to be okay. Hang on, little one." He wrapped his coat around her, holding her close to his chest as he rushed back to his car, the cold stinging his skin but not mattering. He drove as fast as he could, not daring to stop, praying that she'd make it. When he finally reached the veterinary clinic, the staff rushed her inside, immediately hooking her up to warm IV fluids and blankets. The next few hours were a blur. The puppy remained unconscious, fighting for survival. The man paced nervously outside, hoping, praying. And then, finally, she stirred. Her eyes fluttered open, weak but still alive. She looked up at him with confusion, fear, but also a flicker of hope. "Hey there," the man whispered, tears brimming in his eyes. "You made it. If you liked the video, put like and subscribe to the channel, where you will find a lot of interesting things."